done with children, sad to say, and this was a part of what we were doing, is you put these certain fruits and vegetables in front of kids, and there were kids who couldn't even name what they were. Couldn't even name what it was. And I'm not talking about your grapes or your apples. I'm talking about your plums, peaches, different types of grapes, different types of, I won't call it even exotic fruits, because to me, that's just the way I was growing up. That was the way I was raised. But that's the reality. So you have people out there that when they say you got to eat healthy, they don't even know what that is. They really don't, because their parents didn't know, and then their parents didn't know, and now they transfer it down to their kids. And that's the real thing. So there is some education that's still needed here so we can make our neighborhood strong. Here's what I believe. I believe that we're only as strong as our so-called weakest link. And what I learned this past weekend is that we've got some neighborhoods that still need help. They are weak to some degree. Cincinnati will never claim our glory. We will never open that door for everyone. Now, we can do it in different pockets here, and then from folks from outside the city, if they go to certain neighborhoods, it will appear that all is well in Cincinnati. And there's a lot of good work happening. But what I'm concerned about is the Cincinnati Renaissance going to touch everyone? Everyone should have an opportunity. If you've got the talent, if you got the work ethic, if you're inclined to do so, hey, we should all be able to enjoy in the Renaissance that's happening in Cincinnati. That's just me. I could be different. Everett writes, I knew it would happen. Zimmerman sells gun, then the NRA endorsed Trump. See how it works? Shaking my head. Speaking of the NRA recently had their national convention, and guess who came up? Obama. That's right. Check this out.
Obama? He says it's because they don't have enough anti-gun laws in Indiana or one of the other 4 states that border Illinois. Ladies and gentlemen, the problem isn't in those other states. It's in Chicago City Hall and President Obama's Department of Justice. And the reason why Chicago sees so much terror and bloodshed every night is because in Chicago, they don't prosecute armed criminals. Obama could cut Chicago murders in half if he wanted, or more. He's got all the gun laws he needs. He's got all the laws he needs. But you know how many illegal gun seizures they prosecute under the federal laws in Chicago? 1 out of every 100. 1%. It's unbelievable. Last year, Obama's immigration authorities identified over 152,000 illegal aliens, mostly in jails, they considered to be, quote, criminal threats. Yet almost 60% of them were never deported.
It's all about Obama. Wayne LaPierre, NRA, National Rifle Association, and they are a part of the problem. They really are. They are part of the problem because they stall efforts. They put roadblocks in front of efforts that could potentially, through legislation, make our streets a little safer, or to give law enforcement a few more tools for the toolbox, to give legislators, to give cities and states a few more tools in the toolbox to try to cut down on the mass proliferation of guns. Nothing is going to be, perfect. Nothing's going to be perfect because you're dealing with human beings and availability. However, we should put up every legal effort we can, not to infringe upon the Second Amendment, because you know me, I'm a big Second Amendment guy. Okay? The police might show up after there's an incident with your family. You have the right to defend yourself. However, come on now. It's not a slippery slope. No one's trying to shut down the Second Amendment by saying, listen, let's have a national registry. Let's close the internet loopholes. Let's close the gun show loopholes. I mean, these are just common sense first step efforts that get blocked continually over and over again. Look, in Sandy Hook, you had a lot of young European American children. White kids were killed, slaughtered. And their parents were blocked and denied by the NRA and the surrogates, i.e. politicians, who served the NRA in Congress. Blocked them. Wouldn't even talk with them. White folks. So that shows you just how powerful their impact is. Just how powerful. So I support politicians that aren't afraid to ask for accountability from the National Rifle Association. I mean, you can be a member of the National Rifle Association and still try to hold them accountable for what's going on, right? I don't think there's a contradiction with that at all. But again, everything is Obama's fault, and it's all about Chicago and Black Lives Matter. Someone writes that, what's her name, Crystal, that she should get the Just Shut Up. Yeah, I agree with you.
Shut the up, okay?
Yeah, Crystal,
just leave it at that.
Crystal Wright, a.k.a. conservative black chick. I mean, again, like I told you, in the age of Obama, you want to get a lot of clicks? You want to make a name for yourself? It's almost over. Okay, work quick. Start a website or a blog. Call yourself conservatives, primarily if you're black, okay, because conservatives love this. And call yourself conservative black guy or conservative black dude or conservative black chick. Write a book, and when you blame the Democrats and blame Obama, you'll make a lot of money. You'll make a lot of money. For whatever reason, there's a huge appetite for that, isn't it? Ms. D writes, hey, Nate, were there any discussions about what we can do to help each other or ourselves? Well, that was the primary, speaking about this Saturday, Cincinnati Health Department, that was the gist of it, right? That was the crux of it, should I say. It was really about the Cincinnati Health Department and then creating healthy communities. They wanted to get impact from the public. And I think that happened. People had packets. They left the packets there. From the people I talk with there, they seem very, very serious about it. So I've got no reason to mistrust it. A lot of very good, Cincinnatians who are serious about trying to let their department be as much of a positive place or have a positive impact in the city as much as possible. That's how I looked at it. But yes, there was conversation about communication lines. How should the Cincinnati Health Department communicate with the community? There are a lot of things that they do that people may not even be aware of. And I'm still processing the information. And one thing I got from it is that platforms like this are really necessary. Not so we have a place we can get together, we can talk and argue and laugh and all those kind of things, but so it can be a soundboard for the community. Okay, that's what's really necessary. That's what's really needed. And for the 21st century, I think that what I'm doing and what I have in my mind to do is perfectly situated to solve those issues for the city. And I'll tell you more. I'll tell you more in the days and weeks to come. Angela writes, I live in an apartment, but trying to find a space to grow in a container pot. Brent writes, Dinkel actor was showboating. He just wanted some media attention to express his discontent with being told what to do by a federal judge. He knew better than to defy the supremacy rule, and he had no precedent to rule against the stay of sentencing. He needs to be concerned about that civil suit against him. Hear, hear. Hear, hear. Angela writes, there are containers around the city growing veggies. You can help yourself. Yeah. If you can get to them, if you know about them. Is there a map? Rhonda writes, reminder, Trayvon was 17 years old and old enough to be at home alone and to walk to the store. So his parents' personal lifestyle had nothing to do with George Zimmerman being a child predator and deciding to kill their son. You're right. Absolutely. That was Pat. She right. Nathan, this Dr. Drew person should have the shut the hell up soundbite. She got it. She deserved it. Dale writes, this is the America we live in. We are really surprised that this weapon sold for $250,000. I wasn't surprised when they said it would be sold for $43 million, but it was a false report. Yeah, that's the other side of it. Not only is George Zimmerman a problem. He's a problem, and I'm concerned that someone else is going to be a victim of his. That's my biggest concern, quite honestly. But the fact that someone actually made a bid of $250,000 says a lot about America. And where are the news reports? The news should be all over this. I mean, every news station should be all over this. Because, again, when it was OJ, it was wall to wall. OJ has no respect. He doesn't care. He's lack remorse. He killed those people and now he's playing golf. He killed those people and now he's partying. Oh, he's selling books. George Zimmerman sold the actual weapon and then called out the parents. That's outrage out there. That's to be outraged. But listen, that is my time. I really appreciate you. Thank you for listening. Shout out to my good friends at Soul Public Radio, the first affiliate of the show. You can find a link on my website, Nathan Ivey. Many thanks to Team NI for holding me down. I'll be back with more tomorrow at 7 a.m. Check my Facebook page for updates. If you want to contact me, check out the website. You can find my email address. Just go to my contact page. It's been my pleasure. Make today powerful Monday, okay? And I'll be back with more tomorrow, as I said, at 7 a.m. Until then, I'm Nathan Ivey, and I'm out.